Alright, before we get any further to the spoilers review, yes, I'm not in the same coordinate that I normally am. Sorry about that. Now, without further ado, let's get into the spoilers review for this movie. So if you haven't seen the movie, you might want to go see it before getting into this video. Alright. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Daily Reacts TV here, and welcome to my spoilers review to The Flash. Now, believe it or not, yes, this is a spoilers review. So if you have not seen the movie, stop right here, go watch my non-spoilers review, and then go see the movie. I am going completely on over the rail of spoilers. Like, there will be feelings of spoilers coming into this review. Thought to let you guys know. Now, also, I'm going to let you guys know also is that I will get into more of the details of the problem of the movie. Alright? We'll get too much details of the problem with the movie, everything else. First of all, I do want to say that the comedy, like I said, was very funny. There's moments in this movie that made me flat out laugh. And there was a scene, one particular scene, which we'll get into later on. But I'm gonna, recap the movie a little bit. So, basically, the movie starts off where Barry goes into this restaurant and he has to order a sandwich because he needs the calories to have his speed, run. But then Alfred called, and I love how he's like, what about Wonder Woman? Won't answer. Superman, too busy. Anyway, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Oh my god, I hate this camera angle. This is why I like my setup over there. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So Barry course change, he runs to Gotham City, and there was moments where he had to save a ton of babies. Which the CGI went heavily, and it was bad. And Andy Muschietti tried to make an excuse saying that the Speed Force is supposed to look weird. Really? It's not really supposed to. Of course, Barry saves all the babies, he goes back to work. He goes to work, and come to realize, his job is complete shit. They take all of his cases that he's done, and Barry gets connected with Iris West, and I didn't remember Iris West being in this movie until I had to be reminded. I was like, ah, shit, really? Because she's barely in the film, and she doesn't do nothing, and you don't see her character grow, like you do with Barry and any of them. So, of course, Barry goes on a phone call with his dad, and his dad's like, you need to live your own life, and this and that, Barry went to the house. Comes to realize that he can go back in time to all the events, to the Justice League movie and everything. So, of course, Barry tells Bruce, Ben Affleck's Bruce, I could go back in time and save my mother. And, of course, he said, I could also save your parents. And the line that got me the most, I was like, okay, that's cool that Bruce said this. He's like, our tragedies who made us who we are today. That's actually a good excuse and a good reason why Bruce is like, don't do this, Barry. Do not go back in time. Of course, Barry does it anyways by one can of tomatoes that they forgot, and that's how Barry's mom is murdered. Come again? Can we have, at least one thing right? That is one of my flaws of the movie. The only reason why Barry's mother was murdered is for a fucking can of tomatoes. Are you kidding me? Bro! Why can't we have the same arc we had with the freaking CW show? Because what happened in the CW show, and yes, I am going to go there. At least with the CW show, that made more sense. Where Barry went to bed. Vaughn, Reverse Flash, and of course, Barry runs around Barry's mom. Future Barry, our Barry, by the way, yes, I watched that episode, runs and grabs young Barry from that night, takes him out, while Vaughn stabs Barry's mother in the heart while Henry Allen is laying down. In this movie, Nora sends Henry to the store to get tomatoes, and she gets murdered off screen, and they don't show it. And I'm sitting there like, come on, at least make the tragedy that comparable. That's one of the reasons why I didn't really cry with Barry and his interaction with his mother near like the third act. I didn't feel it because in this movie, you like, at least in the show, you could feel it. In this movie, you really don't feel it. And I felt that was completely disrespectful, not only to Flash fans, but to me. I mean, yeah, there's heart-sad moments. Yes, there's heart-sad moments, like where Barry, young Barry, the one that Barry's training, our Barry's training, so confusing, he sacrificed himself to save Barry so he can go back in time and have his mother killed, you know? And that was sad. I bawled because that was a cool interaction. But with the Barry mother's death situation, I had a big problem with. Like, come on, man. You guys could have... Andy Muschietti, you were better than this. Watch the CW show. You were understand, Andy, but you did not deal with it right. Zinner Ozad, yeah, he didn't feel like he wanted to be there. And the actor apparently said he didn't want to be there. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes sense why it feels like he didn't want to be there. Thanks, actor Zinner Ozad. Michael Keaton's Batman had growth in this movie. One of the things I could really say that I have a problem with the Michael Keaton Batman movies is that Michael Keaton really didn't grow. Anyways, Michael Keaton's Batman had a very interesting arc where he's fully retired. You know, that's really cool. And then you see him come back in the suit. And I thought that was very interactive, really well. And you see him interact with R. Barry, talking to him, maybe you should... Does the kid know that your mother is dead in the timeline you're from? And he's like, no. It's great. And there's moments in this movie which really shines. Supergirl, phenomenal, you know. I thought I don't think she stole the spotlight as I thought I said last night, but she was decent. Like, there's a moment in this film where she comes in to save him, and that's when the CGI comes in, and it looked actually really good at that time. And it just really helped the movie where everything else. Now, also, the funny part of this movie, it made me laugh, but I knew it was fucking stupid. So, Barry talks to Bruce. He picks up the phone because he ran back in time, had his mother get killed. Vendetta, he gets a date with Iris. He gets a phone call saying, Bruce, you were right, I did it, and then blah, 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 blah. And you see Bruce comes out, and it's not Ben Affleck's Bruce. It's George fucking Clooney from Batman and Robin. And he's like, what the you're not my... Oh, my God. I was like, oh, no, you did this. You didn't do this, Andy Muschietti. You did not do this. Because didn't George Clooney say he did not want to come back to this franchise because what happened with Batman and Robin? And to be honest, I haven't seen that movie in a while, but I remembered it being... Yeah. It was great, man. That was funny. And Barry's like, what the fuck? But still, like, that was still, like... Okay. The twist that we have that young Barry is the speedster that pulled Barry into the timeline of the time that Barry gets struck by lightning to that time. And it was crazy to think that Barry found out that this was his younger self in this thing that wants to go back and save his mother and save Supergirl and save Batman. Like, it was all that. Like, they tried. He really has been trying, it looks like, for a while. And he went full-on psycho. Like, he full-on was like... Because Barry has, like, that scar. The young Barry has that scar in the movie, in the battle. And you could see also from young Barry's eyes where he's like, no, nobody dies. Like, he doesn't want to lose everything he has, but he understands after young Barry realized what he would have become, he came in and sacrificed his life for our Barry. And he's like, tell Mom I love her. And I was like, oh, that's very sweet. And that made me cry. I wish the rest of the movie was like that. Now, the CGI is not great in this movie. There's moments where it, like, shines. The CGI is where you see all the cameos. Nicolas Cage's Superman from that canceled Superman movie. the 70s Batman, the 80s Superman, I'm trying to think of more. Jay Garrick from the CW, which, in my opinion, you should have had Grant Gustin in this movie, Andy Muschietti. Sorry, gotta keep myself silent from that. Anyways, and then, like, but the CGI from that entire part of the film where they're going the time travel part, it just looked so wrong and noticeable. It looks like a PlayStation 1 game. I'm not even kidding you. It's bad. Oh god, that was bad. But yeah, the CGI did not hold the film as much, but I appreciate what they were doing. I appreciate what they were trying to do with the CGI, but they didn't do well with it. I feel like the CGI could have been a lot better if you guys worked on it a little bit more. And maybe delay the movie to July at least, because, Jesus, the CGI is just... CGI is not that great. Not gonna lie. But the one part that mainly confused me about this movie, and it made me question a lot of things, is that, and this is gonna piss a bunch of you guys off, like, this is gonna make you guys mad, the sexual conduct joke that they had from Justice League when Wonder Woman showed up. I felt like that was just Justice Leagueism coming into the movie, and then, you know, I felt like that joke was forced. Literally like, oh, this is like having sex. I mean, not really. I was just sitting there like, okay, Barry, we get it. Okay, we got young Ezra Miller back. What are we going to do? And then they didn't show it. I'm glad they didn't say more of that terrible joke. I'm glad they didn't. The CGI on Batman's Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck didn't show up to film the Batman scenes. And you see the CGI and, yeah, it's bad. Like, they fucking... horrific that. Jesus. Other than that, yeah, the CGI is not good. It's horrendous to look at. What other things am I gonna talk about? I will say the baby part scene was pretty cool, especially when he goes into the vending machine to get a snack. I thought that was pretty funny. Like, as soon as he had to save the baby, he's like, okay, I'm gonna get some food because I need it in my system. Just the way how they did it was just, okay. That was hilarious. I did skip the after credit scene because I heard about it. I heard it was very shitty. What I heard, and I didn't watch it. I'm gonna wait for the after credit to come out on YouTube so I could probably watch it. Is the scene where Barry and Aquaman comes out of the bar, I guess, and he's like, "What was I like in that other universe?" And he's like, well, you were a dog," and he passed out on the thing. I was like, yeah, I ain't staying for that. I think that what made this movie really made me laugh is the Back to the Future reference. So originally, there was this actor named Eric something, was supposed to be Marty McFly, but then they recast him with Michael J. Fox last minute, and they had to refilm all of the rest of the scenes of the film. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the behind the scenes and every video about the behind the scenes of Back to the Future. Apparently, when they were filming Back to the Future, it was like a hellhole, and they had to redo a lot of things. Okay. And apparently, in this timeline that Barry screwed up, Michael J. Fox wasn't Marty McFly. It was Eric. And I was like, okay, that's funny. That's creative. So, okay. I guess, like, they only made one movie in that universe. That's fine. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, that's all the things I could talk about, spoiler-wise, of The Flash. I'm still corroborating if it's my favorite movie of 2023, but I still had a great time, and my score has rised up a little bit higher because after... actually, it went down a little bit, because after letting it digest, I feel like this movie could have been better, and I'm giving this movie a well-deserved 6 out of 10. Like I said, my score will change later on when I do my spoilers review, and you guys know, it's now a 6 out of 10. It's fine, you know. Again, wish the movie was better. As always, smack the like button, push the red button, which is subscribe. Turn on notifications to be notified video I make. Go and link in the description to my gaming channel, my Discord server, my Instagram, and my TikTok. And in the spoilers part of The Flash, what do you guys think of the movie? You guys tell me in the comments below and spoil it. Like, talk about spoilers, alright? As always, I'm Daily Reacts. Take care, guys.